So today I am at our lake and I am going to be doing some pond dipping to see what invertebrates I can find for you. So all you really need to do pond dipping for yourself is a nice body of water, a net to swoop around the water in, a tray to pop everything you find in, and a nice guide to help you identify what you see. So with our pond dipping, we normally say to do some figures of 8 and go round and around. We normally do that 2 or 3 times and then we see what we have. But at the minute, it seems like it's all full of pondweed and sludge. So what I'm going to do today is try and sift through some of this stuff once it's drained, and then I will see what I have, and then I'll pop it in my tray and show it to you all. So we've already got some little bits and bobs swimming around in here. So we've got a little one down here, and we also have some beetles going around. We've even got a very small water woodlouse. These ones are a lot smaller than our dragonfly nymphs. Now, normally we would just tip our nets straight into our trays, but because I'm trying to show you as many invertebrates as I can, I'm deciding to hand sort to go through and find the bugs to pop straight into our tray. So this does mean that I might miss lots of our smaller things, but I'm sure I can try and cover them in another episode. So here I've got an extremely small snail that I'll pop in our tray. Got another snail, but this one's just a shell. Now, normally I'd also recommend wearing gloves, just because sometimes the waters that you are looking in might not be the cleanest. But when I get back, I will make sure to wash my hands very thoroughly. Also, I wouldn't recommend picking these guys up by hand, one, because you might damage them, and two, because they might give you a little bit of a bite. I'm only doing it just so I can make sure to try and get the most amount of things and show them to you in the nicest way possible. It's basically having a nice clean tray for you guys to look in. I think that looks like mostly everything, including one type of larvae or nymph that I'm not entirely sure on myself. Last double checks. I think that is all. So this one here I believe to be a dragonfly nymph. So this one is a lot chunkier than our damselfly nymph from earlier. So this is one of the beetles we've found. See if I can get an ID on this one. We've even got a little snail. So we've got our little nymph or larvae there. I'm going to have a look in our Natural History Museum guide to see if I can try and see what invertebrate order this guy comes from. So today I'm using a guide to identifying common freshwater invertebrate groups. This is a Natural History Museum document that is completely free. You can find a PDF on their website. Now it does go through all the different things you can find, the larvae and how the larvae differ. So here we have a damselfly and a dragonfly, and it will give you all the pointers there. And at the very end, there is a nice handy dandy quick guide. So we have our insect orders there at the top and our non-insect orders there at the bottom. And it looks like our mystery invertebrate is the larva of an alderfly. So our alderflies, I believe there's 2 or 3 different species in the UK, which you have to look at specific and anatomical differences to be able to identify. But overall, they are only alive for a few days a year as adults, and the rest of the time they'll be in their larval and pupal stages. So if you find an actual alderfly, it's always quite nice. So with them being a megaloptera there, so the mega means large and the ptera means wing, so they are our large winged invertebrates. So when you see them as adults, they do have very, very large wings. Here we have our hemipterans, so this is what our water scorpions are covered by, as well as the water boatmen, which we have in our tray. These are the small ones that are going around anywhere and everywhere they can. Now, at the end of every session, we need to let everything go. So I'm about to pour my tray into the lake. See if I can get this on camera. There we go. So we are releasing everything back. And we do a nice double check of our tray because we have a snail still in there. And that is our tray emptied. Now, another thing to always do is to make sure you wash and rinse any equipment very thoroughly, because some of our water plants are invasives, and as a whole, even if they aren't invasives, we don't want to be introducing them to other bodies of water where they aren't originally. Now, that also includes your shoes. I can tell you now, mine have lots and lots of water plants on. Normally where I'm standing is still the lake, but this year has been an exceptionally dry one, so now I can stand here. Now this barrel has been here since our lake went down, so I'm going to roll it over and see what I find underneath. Even right next to it we have a pond snail, so this one is an empty shell, but it's a nice show of what we do have in our lake. Anything on our barrel? Oh, we've got a small spider here. Oh, if I can find it. Where is it? There we go, so we have a spider. Let's see if we can see anything else. Oh, it looks like we have quite a few water scorpions under here. It looks like these water scorpions have found a nice damp spot under our barrel. There's quite a few under there. It's a nice species to get. Looks like we also have some of these. I believe these are called common water measurers. Got another bonus sitting on the side of our platform here. So this is one of our darter dragonflies. I believe there is a common darter and a ruddy darter. So I'll have a Google to see which one this is. Now it's not just our bugs that we have near our lake, we also have lots of birds.